The latest terror attack in New York illustrates many of the challenges of integrating Muslim migrants. The perpetrator, Sayfullah Saipov, was an Uzbek immigrant who arrived in 2010. Those who knew him a little describe him as an unlikable man, prone to angry outbursts, and somebody who struggled to keep consistent work. They also describe him as someone who embraced the religious freedoms in America, where he could openly practice his Islamic faith. Despite working as an accountant in Uzbekistan, he could only work as a truck driver in America. His migration was via the green card lottery, something unique to America and one symbolic of its openness to immigrants, renewing and energizing successive generations. And as a child of immigrants myself, I applaud this sentiment and am a big believer in the importance of migration to continue the prosperity and inclusiveness of countries like Australia, Canada, or America. But when you think of terrorism as the conflation of personal resentments with the ideology of political resentment that Islamism is, countries have an extra challenge when it comes to Muslim migrants, particularly those who can't find work. Now, this is especially problematic as advanced economies have less and less secure work for those without skills. Now, in Australia, this occurred to some extent with refugees, derivations of which were more likely to be involved in terrorism-related activities. Now, many people become upset at this suggestion, seeing it as some kind of slur on refugees. All of them have come from considerable challenges, no doubt. It shouldn't be. It's really an indicator that as a group, they have more trouble getting a leg up on the economic ladder. The overwhelming majority will have little interest in terror, but unfortunately few will. Those few, like it or not, tend to be Muslim. Now, Saipov was not a refugee, but had much in common in terms of his lack of advanced skills in securing work. His added disadvantage was he just wasn't very likable, which limited his ability to form social connections. These kind of lone wolf attacks have become the norm now, partly because our authorities are much better at thwarting potential attacks and are much more sophisticated when more than one person is involved. Now, one aspect of Islamism that we can take some heart from is that it's simply not very attractive to the vast majority of people, including Muslims. Unfortunately, some Muslims do have sympathy for the views, but thankfully it's only some misfits and the borderline mentally ill that might act out violently. Now, this is a big difference to communism, for example, where large sections of the intelligentsia were drawn towards. But the problem integrating Muslim migrants remain, especially those unlikely to prosper economically and therefore more likely to breed resentment, which is the precursor to terrorism. I'm Tanveer Ahmed. If you like that video, please subscribe to Rebel Media.